Digital Diary, 5, Slate 1, Take 1. Whoop. What up. Bintang bafethu. Rwile again. This is our 5th month doing digital diaries. Pamemo student sa baby. Come high that she bought for one of her friend's birthdays. But because it's here, I might as well just use it. So today I got Buka. I don't have a book. I don't have anything prepared. We'll just like freestyle everything and try and remember all that happened in April. So I just want to start out by apologizing for not keeping the upload schedule. End of April, beginning of May. I have been editing though. I have been editing. It's just a lot of commission work. So when we do commission work, we don't always have one time to like edit our own stuff, and two, like most of the time when we do those edits, the people that own the footage and stuff, they tend to not want us to release at the same time as them. So it takes a couple of weeks to like, you know, happen. So yeah, one big thing that happened in April is that I learned that I should improve communication, especially with clients, especially if I'm like really trying to do this freelance thing full time. Um, I really need to get better at like communicating with clients and just improve my communication in general, because we've made someone really mad at our communication, and I won't sit here and say like put blame on them. I'll just take the full blame and take full accountability to say like, yo, we weren't doing enough. And that's something that I really need to improve on in May and throughout 27. It's a couple of weeks away from my birthday, so that's something that I'd really like to take as a lesson from 26 and just improve on it. This is something that has for the longest time been an issue, but I think if anything, we need to use that to like um not go through that into 27, 28, and our 30s. That should be something that we leave at like 25. But yeah, other than that, yeah, I don't want to stress about rent anymore. Like, I watched some of this stuff back or heard some clips, and it felt like I always was crazzling about rent, saying, hey, rent this, rent that. And I feel like it like creates such a somber mood, one, in the video, and number two, like it makes it seem like that's the only thing that I'm worried about. So I don't want to talk on rent anymore. Like, if you see me change location, just know that I'll say something about not being able to pay or whatever. So today I choose to do it in my room because one, I've been really lazy, and two, I just feel like you oaks haven't seen the setup in a while. Well, you did with the um series that we started that we only did one episode for, but hey, we'll continue rolling that out. So I was like, hey, why don't we just do it at our posters so you can see, what the room looks like, or remind you what the room looks like. So yeah, other than that, what happened in April was that we we went home, which was a big thing, like big thing for me, because it allowed us to speak to the old lady, see my brothers, and just to get off some of the stuff that we had on our chest. I had like stuff planned that I'd written down. I've realized that it's easier for me to like speak to people if I write stuff down, and then when I see them and we talk, it's like something that is on a page than a situation of just freestyling, because I tend to forget some of the important points that I'd like to say. So yeah, we spoke to my old lady literally like last week, and I'm trying, to do better and to be a better person. So yeah, I just um would like to continue making baby steps, committing to like speaking to them at least once a week, texting them or calling them at least once a week. And if I have gigs up north and it like makes sense for me to like sleep at home, then I'll do that. But also, again, it needs to make sense, you know. It can't be like if I have a gig, maybe for example, like last week we had something in Branston, and then when I did the math with the Uber, like we literally would have paid the same thing. But sometimes I will sleep at home, even if like the Uber is the same, just to like see them and roam with them and stuff. So yeah, that's one thing that I'm really stoked about. It actually didn't happen last month. It happened like literally last week. So I don't know if you want to count it as the last month, but there's this conversation that we had last month that was supposed to happen last month. So that's why I'm still counting it. And then I got a hold of the pricing thing that I was telling you Ooks about. But like it tends to become weird when you like create a pricing structure and then people wanna like finesse you. Like for example, I have like 3 tiers, and in those tiers it's like obviously if you're not gonna pay for the premium tier, there's things that are gonna be removed from your pricing structure. And like obviously if you can't pay for the premium package and you wanna go for the basic, you will go and get what you know is on premium. But there's brews that wanna get premium stuff, but they don't wanna pay premium prices, which kind of sucks because it's like, yo, dude, I'm bony. Like, I'm bony. Number one, you didn't respect me and stuff. I did speak to like some of the more experienced freelancing homies, and they were like, yo, dude, just focus on, you know, making sure that what you're pricing, that you don't negotiate. Like okay, well, not to say you don't negotiate, you negotiate, but don't go below what you have already said, because it's a big coward. And if people say that you can get someone better or cheaper, then that's cool, you know, allow them to do that. But just know that the value that you have created is something that you shouldn't like bend yourself over for, even though it might seem like, yo, where am I gonna get a gig? Where am I gonna get this, that, and the third? But you just need to trust in yourself and trust in the product that you've already created to ensure that you know you're able to pay rent and survive in the city, most importantly, and also to get like money to save up for like equipment and just general savings, you know. In April, like I had some thoughts on actually going back to work, because I like when I talk about work, I'm talking 9 to 5, because I did look for some stuff. I did start reapplying and stuff, but it seems like things are super slow, like I said in the previous months. And I tried to look for some online work, and a lot of companies aren't really hiring in South Africa unless you have like I think they call it a UPS. I just can't remember what it's called, but it basically allows you to set your location outside of South Africa, so you can be in the US, whatever. And that's like a paid for service. So for now, like I don't see myself um employed, you know, full time anymore. I don't know. I would. I don't want to say that that's something that I've written off completely, but it's something where I'm like, I really am starting to appreciate the just being at home, chilling, you know, focusing on my own stuff, you know, instead of like going elsewhere and improving someone else's business and all of that. So this is the side of like being umahlalela or a bum or unemployed, that if you ever find yourself in this situation, you should like capitalize on to the fullest. I'm not saying don't go still look for a job, and I'm not saying that I'm not doing that, but use this time to like improve yourself, to improve your business, you know, create a business if you must, create a product, get like general, get better at what you're doing, you know, because when you do go back to work, then you won't have time to do all of this stuff, because obviously you'll be so focused on someone else's business or someone else's workflow that you won't have time to look at your own. So if you're able to create structures and you'll be able to create like some sort of product that you can sell even when you are at a 9 to 5, then you double up once hard. Fairly, you won't have time to sleep, you won't have time for family and all of those things. But like, yo, if you batla chelete, that's what you have to do. It's winter time now. Well, it's not winter yet, it's still autumn. But yeah, I'm pretty excited that, the winter is coming. I'm excited because I get to like go back to the gym, and I've been saying that I'm gonna go back to the gym, but hey, if any time is the best time to go back to the gym is like right now. So I'm a gym, I'm a workout, work on my stomach, work on myself. I wanna focus on mind, spirit, and body in the winter time. So I'll use this time to like either get like a certificate, or find myself somewhere to go back to Scala, because that's another thing that I've spoken about with my old lady to say maybe, we should go back to school, even though like it wasn't something that was on the cards for me, but like I'm willing to go back to Scala, study something, just to have that paper because as you guys have, I only have like a grade 12, and it kind of gets to me sometimes, when you're like applying for stuff and you're not getting spun. Maybe it's because like it's sort of metric failure, but at the same time I have so much experience, but I have experience in one thing. So going back to Scala would be like super cool. And then spirit, like I've become more of like a spiritual person over um April. I've been starting to pray and speak things into existence through prayer. So this is something that 2, 3 years ago, or even 5 years ago, I would have never done, But life has its own ways of bringing you to certain things. So I really appreciate the information that I was getting from my girlfriend. My mom has been also encouraging me for years to start praying again. So here we are, guys. Ke nna motho wa ho rapela. I wouldn't say that I'm Christian, or I wouldn't affiliate myself with any sort of like religion, but I've started praying again and I'm being more spiritual. And then with body, like obviously ke taba tsa ho gym-a, wa bona, taking care of myself, eating right, all of those things. So that's what we're gonna focus on in the winter. My hard drive is filling up, so I won't be able to like shoot as much as I was in the beginning, first quarter of the year, because like I really need to conserve space. So I'll use this time to like edit and finish up like stuff that we haven't rolled out as of yet, and just like really being selective in what we shoot and how we shoot and when we shoot it, because as I'm saying that the hard drive is filling up. So yeah, we can't just be shooting anything. And yeah, that's as much as I can remember from April. um it's May now. I'm super excited. Birthday's in a couple of weeks. I'm not really big on like birthdays, but Naledi and my mom are like super into that stuff, so we'll see what we do. But yeah, I just want to say that thank you guys for continuing to watch, and shout out to those that have been approaching me and saying, yo, we watch your stuff, yo, we believe in you, because that means the world to me, and I will be dropping some more episodes in the series on how to get festival passes. We actually did do Cotton Fest. If you watch the first episode, I said that that was something that I was working on. So that will be coming in the weeks of May, and we'll just try to be more consistent. Get rata baya, follow your dreams, pray, don't give up. It it is hard, but like shit becomes easier as when you keep on, applying yourself. think about yourself and what you're doing as a snowball effect. If you push today, you push tomorrow, and you push for a week, you're at a better place than you were when you started. And the snowball will just keep rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling until you get what you were looking for. I'm on the way there. So if I can do it, Leone, you can do it. Tlalabona at the end of the month, Bafetu.